Hey guys, Don here with Podiatry Practice Mastery. I've been reading Russell Brunson's book, the Traffic Secrets one, and he talks a lot about kind of. In the past, I'll kind of explain where I've come from. In the past, I wanted to reutilize content. Let's say I would take one piece of content, let's say make a video, and then from that video, I would rip a transcription of it, and then put that transcription out, and then I would repurpose it as a blog, and then maybe make the transcription with the videos into a book. But he recommended something different, which is kind of neat. I haven't quite figured it out completely yet, but what he recommended is kind of making a show. Okay, I know this sounds weird, but bear with me. Today, we do a weekly video newsletter, and I call it a newsletter, but I think it'd be more fun to call it like a show, like maybe, I don't know, Central Mass Podiatry, the Foot Show, or something else like that. We call it the Foot Show. But in that, I basically have a Google slide of some different topics I'm going to talk about, like a true or false question. Today we talked about like foot fractures. If you want to see these, you can go to my YouTube, Dr. Pelto on YouTube. But it was the one from November. And but I did when we talked about fractures. We talked about our upcoming webinar we're going to do on hallux limitus. We talk about a dolphin donor, which is something for compression. So basically, I'm talking about different products. November is Diabetes Awareness Month, so I talk about all these things, and I'm putting it kind of into a show format. But what was really fun today, there was another doc in the office, so I had him talk about the fracture. So I showed some pictures, and he kind of talked about it. So it's nice to have that interaction. There is a great app called StreamYard that you could do this with people, so you could have multiple people there, and they could come in and do it, and it would make it really easy to do your own show. I'm considering switching the format of Podiatry Practice Mastery to do that, like instead of my weekly update, I would make it kind of into a practice mastery show or something like that. It's going to be more fun. You can involve other people. With StreamYard, you can also include videos, so I could have some like pre-recorded videos or pre-recorded questions or things like that. Anyway, but what do you do with it? This is what I haven't figured out how to do yet. I'm still kind of learning it because it's a little overwhelming because I lost King, who was my virtual assistant. But the thought is, once you have this video made, then you repurpose it. So for example, he talks about doing like a top 10, let's say. So top 10 things you can do for a toe fracture. You would say, number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And that you could make it into a blog post. Top 10 things to do for a toe fracture. Make sense? So it's going to be a high polling rank blog article based on that transcription. Let's say you have a quick little true or false statement. You could make that into like an Instagram, or you can pull that and make an Instagram. You're going to have like an interview with someone about a topic, and that could turn into a podcast. See what I'm getting at? So you take that whole show and you repurpose the content into different layers. I haven't quite figured out how to do it because I don't use all that stuff. So I use like LinkedIn basically, and YouTube and Anchor for my podcast. Those are the three things, and then email. So I'm not into the Facebook stuff, into the Twitter stuff, into the other things. If you guys are, I'd love to meet with you and see what's working for you. The goal though would be is, let's say I had like a manager, a marketing manager, then they could take different pieces of that content and schedule it out. So you could record, let's say Monday morning. I can do this for my Dr. Pelto thing, but I could also do it for Podiatry Practice Mastery, right? Or not me, or who could do it. And so that's kind of another thing. I'd like to know what's working for you guys. Please post a response or email me at Donna@Podiatry Practice Mastery. Tell me what's working for you or what your thoughts are on that. I'm going to try kind of switching this format over to see what it's like doing it kind of a more fun format. And I would like you guys to email me some questions. I got one question recently about Shockwave. Send me an email of questions, and I'll try to address them in the show if I can answer them. If I can't, I'm going to ask someone else within our profession or someone else that knows more about it than me, that they can maybe chime in and then be part of that show. So that's kind of my thought. I could include other people. Actually, just thinking about it, I could ask Paul Hobro to do a little spot for the show, and I can include him and then do kind of a kickback that way. So I could basically, Paul would record a little video about how to start Shockwave. If you're just starting out, what are the top 3 things he would do? And then I could include that, and he would get some recognition as well from that as well. So that's just an idea. Okay, guys, hope this was helpful. Let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you.